Hi! So today I will be reviewing Google Pixel 6 phone, which I have been using for a few weeks now. I am not gonna focus on technical specs because you can read them online and they don't really say too much to me personally. So what I will do, I will go through a few bits and pieces, such as the contents, such as the design, and then a few functions that I enjoyed, and maybe some points that made me a little bit skeptical or annoyed. So let's go. So basically, the package for this phone, which is around £600, is quite meager, to be honest. So besides the phone, which is a very standard looking phone, taking a modern specifics and tendencies. So besides the phone, you are gonna get a double C type USB cable, which you might find completely useless if you don't have an electrical plug. So basically socket where to plug your cable. So personally, I got myself from Amazon wireless charger plate, which is very handy. And also I have a cable to use in the car. This, however, is handy if your previous phone was also the C-type USB phone. So in this case, you can both connect together and then transfer the data. It doesn't require a wireless connection, and it's much more safe and much more quicker. It took me about 30 to 40 minutes to transfer and set up everything from my previous phone, taking into account that I had quite a bunch of media files and apps to transfer. So besides the cable, you're also going to have the C-type USB adapter, which again, I'm not entirely sure what's the use for that besides having it as a USB on the go. So basically, you can access the USB stick content on your phone by using this adapter. Very handy if you don't want to basically load a lot of content such as movies or any other media files, and you can just access it from the stick. So besides the cable and the adapter, you will get a SIM card distraction tool and super miniature user guides. I literally, if you don't have a magnifying glass or glasses, then it's so difficult to read it, and I think they could have just skipped it and instead put a QR code where you download your user manual and maybe instead put a plug-in or the C-type USB cable. But, well, I'm not the Google. I already told you a little bit about design, so it's very standard. It looks nice, don't get me wrong, quite heavy, but I would suggest getting the screen protector immediately. I haven't dropped it anywhere, and I already have 2 cracks on my screen protector. And then, of course, I'm waiting for the back covers for my phone. This is very slippery, so I'm very scared that I might drop it at some point. Hopefully not. A few things to keep in mind. This phone has an IP68 rating, which is dust, dirt, sand resistant, or kind of, let's say, more protective. And you can submerge this phone into water up to 1.5 meters for up to 30 minutes. I wouldn't do that, but just in case of a kind of some sort of emergency, this phone should be okay. But don't be surprised if you lose the warranty, so keep it safe. As per system navigation, so this is an Android, and my previous phone was an Android, but what I've noticed that here you don't have those 3 standard buttons on the bottom, so instead you are pulling all your apps by touching the middle of the screen and pulling it up. Again, if you touch from the very bottom of your screen, sorry, let me go out from the menu. If you touch from the very bottom of your screen up, then you will get the opened apps. And then basically in any of the apps, the motion from the left to right and vice versa will just work as a back button, which is very annoying for me, first of all, because in some games that I play, I need to use the swiping motion near the edges of the screen, and it constantly prompts me to quit my game. And also when you do the shopping and online shopping and you are browsing through the pictures of some product, you might actually be dropped back, one step back. So for those people who are as annoyed as I am, I would suggest to go to settings. Then if you scroll down until the system, oh, that's already jumped, until the system, and go to gestures, and next is system navigation, you can actually switch to 3-button navigation, which in my opinion is better, but as many people as many opinions, so don't shoot the messenger. It's just my personal opinion. Another point to mention, this phone has 128 gigabytes of internal memory, and that's it. You can't extend it with any external memory cards. Of course, you can use the adapter and you can use the USB stick, but I'd say that's more of a on the go. What here Google is trying you to do is use the cloud services, which makes sense at some point, but I guess some users just want to have that freedom of expanding the memory a little bit more, but you can't do it here. About the camera, very quick notice. So the main camera is 15 megapixels, the front, the selfie camera is 8. I'm not going to dwell on that because I believe it's much more than about pixels and technology. It's also about some skills. I don't have a great photography skills. They're very, very basic. So what's the point then to talk about that? Instead, I would like to compliment a battery life of this phone. It's really, really a key selling point. Of course, you might need to go through the settings and optimize the battery, optimize the screen and some app usage. But when you've done that, you might be really surprised. I am rather a medium type of user. I do use my phone for gaming, for browsing, for social media, and calls, of course, and navigation. And by the end of the day, I still have around 50 to 60% charge. So it's actually quite impressive. So that would be the main things I would like to highlight in terms of this phone, and then address a few things that I absolutely love and absolutely hate. So let's start with a few things that are annoying. So first of all, it's the print scanner. So previous phone had it on the back, so I would use my indicator finger to scan it, and it was very easy, very simple. Here I need to use my thumb, and it's quite constantly doesn't recognize. So it's about 50-50. So sometimes it just goes through lovely. Sometimes I just need to use the passcode. I went through the settings. I did set it to the higher sensitivity for those people who used screen protector, and still it's quite bad in my opinion. And I think it's only this function. Well, now it worked. And why I say so, it's because in the banking apps or the PayPal apps, whenever you need to scan your thumb, your fingerprint for authentication, it works. So it's just for the screen lock. It's a little bit dodgy. One thing I've noticed also in my personal experience is that when I've tried to scan my thumb and kept it very, very straight, it wouldn't work almost at all. Because if you're holding your phone and you're trying to unlock your phone, you would actually have your thumb looking at 2 p.m., 2 a.m. So that's basically the starting point that I would suggest you go with a thumb scanner, a fingerprint scanner, and of course add a few more fingers for convenience. So if you're driving and you need to, no, you don't need to do that. But if you're in the car, not driving, and you need to unlock your phone and it's on the some sort of phone holder, you can also use your other fingers. So just add those scans. Another thing that I absolutely hate is an email account. So here you will get basically two email apps. One would be the Outlook, where you add a standard Hotmail or Outlook.com email. And another will be Gmail, which is fine. But when you need to add a Microsoft Exchange account, so your corporate email address, it actually will go, it actually will go under your Gmail. So you will have to switch here under your account from Gmail to a works email, which is an absolute nightmare. So I like to keep my accounts separate here. Gmail and works account, they're kind of merged into one app. You still switch between them, but in my opinion, that's not very good for business use. But let me finish on a good note. First point on my plus or the benefits or amazing features is personalization. You can personalize this phone, themes, music, everything. So, and it's so convenient with switching some notifications and adding some. And on your screen, so this pull down menu, you can even personalize like these quick access ribbons. So very, very convenient. Another thing I've noticed, two functions that I haven't seen anywhere before. Maybe I'm wrong, but not in my previous phones. Is car crash detection and emergency call. So basically, when you add your emergency contact in the phone from your contact list, what you can do, first of all, by pressing the power button 5 times quickly, 5 or more, you will send out the message, an emergency message to your emergency contact stating your exact location. And this will be like an indication, something like SOS or 999, you know, I'm in trouble. But at the same time, the phone will make a call to an emergency services and will start recording what's going on. Basically, it's kind of a backup. So this is a fantastic function. So the car crash detection works a little bit similar, but the phone detects when you had a crash. I haven't tried it yet. Hopefully won't need to, but it basically detects if you have had if you've been in a car crash and prompts you the location of the phone by beeping and making noises. So if it was a light car crash, then you can actually find your phone and cancel the outgoing emergency call. So that's very lovely.